One.
And welcome back to the Secret Podcast. Hope you enjoyed that little intermission. We're back. And gayer than ever.
Thank God.
Emphasis on the gay.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Do we want to continue on with Dragon Ball trivia talk?
I'm down. I'll give
A little bit. I was pretty I was enjoying that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was too. I'm not gonna front for the brand.
I'm not gonna front for the brand.
I've never been known to front for any brands, especially not Audible.
Trial.com/secret podcast.
No, honestly, Audible does hit,
That is
It does hit.
and everyone should download Audible and
I'm
proceed to.
I'm teaming up with Audible to make an Audible, but for manga.
Someone says Johnny looks like a little slant eye. Lit.
Oh, I just realized all the
He
places are
immediately
gonna be
said-
fucked up. Hold on.
He immediately said, "Why did I say that?"
I didn't see that.
You know what? Fuck it. Matt and Johnny would just be switched. Get over it.
Whoa. Dank.
Dude, that feel good, Matt.
That felt great. I've been holding that in for years.
I thought you were about to Shane Dawson.
You know, I keep that thing on me. Boom.
Is Mia
Yes,
balls
sir.
deep in the alligator back there?
Huh?
Is Mia balls deep in the alligator back there?
Hope so. Getting warmed up for me. Boom. So,
Dear Lord.
the alligator, I meant.
What's
Oh.
another trivia we could play?
Y'all don't want to see me in trivia, bro.
In general trivia, I'm okay, but Dragon Ball Z, I'm just not hitting it.
I'm talking about nerd shit. I'm talking about virgin shit, not nerd shit.
In general trivia,
What
Like, if
version
you
shit?
ask me who was the 14th president of the United States, I'm going to say Lincoln. If you ask me who the 22nd is, I'm going to say
Lincoln.
FDR or something. I don't know, Lincoln. If you ask me who the 45th, I'm going to be like, I think Obama.
No,
Honestly,
you
Trump
remember-
might be the 45th.
I remember.
Trump is 45, Obama's 44.
I remember Obama's 44 because that nigga wear it on all his clothes. Like, just so
It's
y'all
actually
know.
kind of lit.
like
Low key, it's a lot of drip, man.
Like he'll have
Low
it
key.
like on his like right here, like it'll just say 44, and it's literally like he puts that there, and it's literally him being like, just so y'all know.
I'm not just
44,
some
nigga.
new.
Like, did you guys know that 1 out of 45 U.S. presidents can dunk?
That's racist.
It was Millard Fillmore. So thank you for going there, though.
Oh,
That's
Chris,
exactly who I was gonna say.
Who?
Huh?
Who the fuck?
Millard
No,
Fillmore,
fuck it.
the late
No,
great
fuck it.
president.
Oh, I think most people's favorite president.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fillmore.
Did you also know? Fun fact: technically, Barack Obama is not the first black president. Teddy
Harriet
Roosevelt
Tubman
was 1/8 black.
Oh, well, in that case.
Wait, Harriet Tubman wasn't a president?
Nah, she
No.
What about Rosa Parks?
No.
she definitely.
Martin Luther?
Martin Luther had to have been a president. Oh, he was a king, dumbass.
He was the president.
No,
he was the president of the NAACP.
No, he had to have been a president because only presidents get. Never mind.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Like I said, he was a king. Don't be stupid.
Hmm.
Let me stop.
Let me stop.
This slab of pussy in right now.
Facts.
What is that?
Like
The
a
chicken?
spare rib.
Oh, word. Dude, yo, so I got, I think, the whitest thing of all time in my kitchen now.
You?
Like,
You're not in your kitchen right now.
Chris
Yeah,
is
that's-
on a different level tonight.
no.
Someone would just be like, "Hey, what's up, dumb bitch?"
You ever heard of this thing called the Instant Pot?
No.
It's a pressure cooker, and basically it's like a crock. It's like, it basically does everything for you. And so I tried making ribs in it like last week, and you know how like ribs take like hours and hours and hours to fucking cook. This thing makes tender fucking ribs in 29 minutes, and it hits.
Does it,
See, I don't fuck
Hard.
with a pressure cooker because like I don't like having hand grenades in my fucking house
I'll
personally.
go ahead. I'll go ahead and agree.
That's
Wait,
just a
what does that
personal
mean?
note because like a pressure cooker is like low-key a hand grenade.
Yeah, if it's a leak, there's a lot of steam, and if it's like the thing is like compromised in terms of its construction, it can blow up.
Why
Yeah,
would you
and I don't-
have that in your home?
I mean,
Because the food
most
fucking
people
is
have
lit.
most people have pressure cookers, but like for me, like I can hardly cook ramen. So like to be trusted with a hand grenade in my house, like that just doesn't sound like it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I do cook a lot, so yeah, it's all right.
I cook these
won't
niggas
blow
on
it to
Twitter
up.
every day.
Facts.
You feel me?
Oh shit. But yeah, so I made ribs in like 29 minutes, and they were like tender as fuck and fell right off the bone. Goddamn. But I felt so white doing that.
I'd have felt more.
Why
Why
gay
is that
doing
white though?
Okay. My Instant Pot, I set it up like an hour ago and I just like sealed it and it was like, oh my God. Like the meat out of there was just so good. It's a fucking white girl before yoga kind of thing.
Sounds like a gay nigga before yoga kind of thing.
Oh shit. But yes, it does hit, but I will admit that I
Did Max get it for you?
No, he did not. My parents got it for me, so you can thank
Is
them.
Max still mad at you?
What's up?
Is Max still mad at you?
For what?
I don't know if that was public.
I meant
Come on,
Maximilian
man.
Pegasus.
No, he's not. Not anymore. But
Might be.
No, I just don't remember if it was. So I
yeah, that was it's fine, whatever. That's why
Yeah.
okay. Well, all right. How you guys doing?
Damn, the
Good.
weather today is like honestly incredible. I don't know if y'all been outside. I gotta go get some water.
What happened?
Nothing.
like Chris just, was being Chris. Nothing. Nothing to see
I'll
here.
back up the stream real quick.
Oh shit.
Nothing to see here.
Oh fuck it. But yeah. So Matt, any new not even trying to like, have like a meme, but like any new Gold's Gym stories about idiot who that's his downcline?
I've heard
Here we go.
through the grapevine,
Oh no.
his neighbor, that he receives checks from the government. Our guess is for being retarded. To be truthful with you. And he maintains that he got scammed on eBay trying to buy a car for $800. I was like, my guy, like you fit. It's not you. Every time I say it, I know I'm talking to a moron, and I'm just literally like, there's no point in me saying it because he's a lying moron. But I tell him, I was like, if you got scammed on eBay, you just tell eBay you got scammed, and no questions asked. Pretty much, they will refund you your money, regardless of whether or not they ever get their money back from the guy who scammed you.
Yeah,
You get your money back.
I was gonna say
because
it's
it
a
would,
policy,
it would,
right? It's a policy.
yeah, it'd be a terrible eBay wouldn't be able to survive because if like all the scamming that has to happen on eBay, that's why that policy is there. Somebody had hacked my eBay account, actually. Truth be told,
Really? Wow.
maybe like 6 months ago now or something like that, and started selling like expensive watches for like nothing, and they literally sold to like hundreds of idiots on eBay, hundreds. Because I started getting like 100 complaints in my email saying that I was like fraudulent transactions and shit. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I haven't sold shit on eBay in years, So I went onto my eBay account, logged in, and it said like I had sold like somewhere between 100 and 250 watches.
Damn.
For between $1 and $20 each. And they were like, yo, what's up with these? And I was like, my guy, like I got hacked. And they're like, oh shit.
I'm gonna guess what happened with him. I'm gonna guess that maybe a Saudi prince or like someone who's like the deposed king of Nigeria's son asked like, yo, I need to like, get some money to like send this one wire transfer to this people over the thing.
Well, that's what I told him. I was like, did you pay through eBay? Like you pay, like you didn't just like send them, like you didn't wire transfer them money, right? Like you bought it through eBay.
No way.
And he was like, yeah, I bought it through eBay.
Okay.
And I was like, well, then I didn't say this, but I was like, well, then you're a liar. Because like you should have at least like you should have went with I gave you an out. You know what I mean? If he wasn't so stupid, he would understand that I was giving him an out for his fucking lie. Like because again, you cannot get scammed on eBay.
Yeah.
It's not possible to get scammed on eBay. Like and it annoys the fuck out of me because I just don't like people who lie. Like, why lie about trying to buy a car? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, of all things to lie about, why?
Like, it's just such a weird thing to lie about. Like, it's so weird to lie about that I almost don't think he's lying. But at the same time, I know he must be lying or he's retarded. He doesn't know how to ask for a refund on eBay.
He probably like did some stupid shit, like I said, like the fucking Saudi prince of the deposing Nigeria.
Do you want to hear the actual story? What it was?
What's up?
Do you want to hear like the actual story that he's come up with or whatever? Like apparently, like this lady was like, "Oh, my daughter, she got in like a terrible car accident, and this was her car, and I don't want it anymore." So like she was selling, if I remember correctly, like a 2010 something or like a 2005 something for $800, and it was I remember what it was. It was a 2007 Honda Civic with like somewhere under 100,000 miles on it. I was like, he was like, yeah, that's like a really good deal. I was like, it's almost
too good to be true. Oh no.
Like I was like, you know what's crazy? My guy, like a few years ago, I bought a Honda Civic, but it was 14 years older than that for $1,000. and that was a good deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there is no such thing as a 2007 Honda Civic with under 100,000 miles on it
for $800.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? You could maybe get a 93 or a 94 or something like that with like 140,000. Mine, I think I had like 180 when I got it. Like he's such a liar. He's so stupid and incompetent. He can't even come up with a good lie.
Like, but that's so weird. It's like, of all things to actually like lie about, why that?
I don't know. Like I think it's because he doesn't have a car and like he's borrowing his girlfriend's car to get to work and shit. Also borrowing her phone. Like the other thing was like he was saying something like he was like, "Yeah, I just don't have a phone right now." And I was like, "Because you can't afford one."
Right.
And he kept on like going. He was like, "Yeah, I just don't have one." I was like, "No, like nobody just doesn't have a phone. Like it's 2019. You don't have a phone because you can't afford one, which is the same reason why you couldn't get or why you didn't have khaki pants when you started. And why you ended up coming here with raggedy looking khaki pants is because you can't afford them. Like nobody cares if you're broke.
That's why you got a job, to not be broke.
Exactly. And he maintains that he's a firefighter. And it's like, my guy, you are a volunteer firefighter who got fired because he was too retarded to pass the firefighter test. All you have to know is like to squat when there's smoke in the air so you don't get smoke in your lungs. Like I genuinely have a fear that like we've hired an actual mentally handicapped person.
Like, dude, like, I'm sorry, like the fact that you went through the entire tour of the gym and dude, like, you know, I love working out and stuff and all that shit. It takes,
hey, you don't have to tell me.
What I'm trying to say is like learning the name of that equipment. It's on the fucking equipment.
Right.
So it's like, even if you don't know, you can just look to your left and look at the Life Fitness machine, isolateral bench press.
Honestly, it sounds like this guy's life is on the downcline.
Yeah.
Wait. What did someone say last week? He has downcline syndrome.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was funny.
The thing is, like, look up like what Norbit looked like. Like he legit X Quickscopes looks like Norbit.
From the movie Norbit?
Yeah, from Norbit. I'm being dead ass with you, bro. Like he literally looks like Norbit. I'm dead serious. I'm gonna look up Norbit again just so I'm not playing. No, he is like Norbit, bro. It's crazy how much he looks like Norbit. Like it's crazy.
Bro.
I would like to say Norbit does
he looks exactly like Norbit.
Norbit does look like the type to not be able to afford his cell phone, if I may.
Oh my god.
Norbit is a horrible fucking name.
It's also a horrible fucking movie.
Whoa. That movie hit.
Nah.
Eddie Murphy playing 75 different characters again.
Isn't he dead? Or no, he's gay.
No.
Right? What's the difference?
Wait, what the fuck? You're not taking a
I'm pretty sure.
Chris.
No, my mom just walked in. She asked me a question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, but for real, like Isn't he dead?
No, his brother
Murphy?
died.
No, his sister. Oh
His
yeah,
brother.
his brother.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy?
Mhm.
Yeah, the one who did the
When
blouses.
did Charlie Murphy die?
Like a year ago.
What?
Like a year or two ago, I think.
I'm sad now.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single thing he was in that I gave a fuck about, but I'm
The
sad
Chappelle
now.
Show.
Yeah. Chappelle
Yeah,
Show.
but like,
yeah.
okay.
Yo, so I be making people laugh at work, right?
Sure.
Doesn't
And
sound
like
you,
one of
but
the yeah, I know it's out of the ordinary. So like I was making this bitch laugh, and I was like, yeah, you should come to like one of my comedy shows one day, and she was like, no. And I was like,
Wait, I said no.
yeah, she was like, but you know how like whenever somebody asks you to go do something like that, like you'd be like, yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah,
Would you never
maybe,
go?
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you don't. Yeah.
But like it's just nice to say like, yeah, like that's you know what I mean, like. But this bitch really she was just like, no.
Hey, she kept
Like
it
the-
real.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
not keeping it real. That's keeping it rude. Like that's just like.
Like what the fuck? Who? It's like yeah, like we should gotta drink some time. No, like you say yeah, maybe yeah, sure, for sure, and then you
Yeah,
talk
it's
shit
like-
behind their back.
Exactly. It's like you know how like you ask people to go you're like, oh shit, like I just saw this movie, like you should watch it, and you're like, yeah, I'll watch it, and they never do. It's that
Yeah.
same thing. It's like it's just cordial to say,
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say back to her?
I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
And you fired her.
I said exactly what I said to you guys. I was like, you know, like normally, like when somebody says something like that, you just kind of be like, yeah,
Sure.
that sounds fun or
Yeah.
something like that, and you don't go. Like what
What
you
do you
said was
say?
rude.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, and I was like, well,
Like,
like,
well, like go clean out your locker. Like,
No, like,
asshole,
honestly.
like,
no, she'd been getting on my nervous system, bro. On Saturday, she texted me, but before I got to work, she's supposed to get there at 9. I'm supposed to get there at 10 on weekends. So, she texted me at like 9:45, and she's like, "Yo, I'm here, but like I probably shouldn't be. Like I'm kind of sick, and I'm losing my voice, and like you know, as an FC, like all I do is talk on the phone and like talk to people and shit." I was like, damn, like it'd be like that, but like that's not really enough reason to call out sick, I don't think. And in my head, I didn't say this, but like if you went to work, you're good enough to be at work.
Mhm.
yeah, like
You know what I mean?
I've never called out sick from work, and that like one time I tried, but I couldn't get anybody to cover my shift, so I just went in. Like I couldn't
Exactly,
go in,
like,
but I
no.
did. You know, like
Yeah, one of my other coworkers, she came in sick today. And she's like genuinely sick. Like she's sick. And so like you know what happens like when somebody comes in and like they do what they're supposed to do and like they're like cool about it, they're not sitting there bitching and complaining and trying to call out sick when there's nobody to cover their shift.
you send them home.
I came in and I brought her donut.
Oh no, see, because like the day that I came in and I was sick, like I was sick, and they like I walked in, and I was like, all right, like I'm ready to work, and they were like, you need to go home.
Well, you
Like,
you work in food, so like
Yeah, I was gonna say that was
Yeah.
that's a little different, I guess. than
No, that's the
working
other
in a gym.
like these people are just sitting at a desk.
yeah.
yeah.
Like
Like it
y'all
ain't that deep.
y'all better than me because like I'll wake up and like, I might have like my throat might be dry because I didn't drink enough water, and I'd be like, I mean, my hands are tied. Fucking
but-
call it.
So this is what this bitch does. She tries to text me and she's like, oh, I'm like, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I don't really think that's like enough reason to call out. But like, and she's like, or I said, I don't really think losing your voice is enough reason to call out sick. And she was like, I'm losing my voice because I'm physically sick, like I said, but whatever. And I was like,
What a bitch. God damn.
I was like, okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
For you being these people's boss, they kind of talk to you a different way. Like,
Yeah, they're
if
kind
I,
of different, dude.
I would never talk to my manager like that ever in a million years.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Like the thing you have to kind of understand is like, just like I am like their manager,
right.
but like I'm like also most of their friends.
Mhm.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
No, like, I mean, I
And
feel
most of them
that.
who like I'm actually like friends with, like if I ask them to do something, like I don't have to say like, hey, you need to do this. Like I'm just like, hey, would you mind doing this for me? And they just do it. Like it's not like a big deal, like whatever. Like this bitch, like she's had a few issues here and there, like not just with me, but with a few people where like we're busy at the front desk and there's a call coming in and we need somebody to pick up the phone. And like it's well within her job description to answer the fucking phone. And she's like, I'm not doing that. It's not my job. And we're like, what are you talking about? You're not doing that. Like, I'll get somebody who will answer the phone if you're really gonna sit here and like try to play this shit, you know? So either way, she's like, oh, whatever. I'm physically sick, but whatever. Like, I was like, look, dude, like, I'm not telling you you're not, like, you can't leave. What I'm saying though is like, at the end of the day, that's still your shift and it's your responsibility. So if you want to call this other girl and ask if she wants to come in and cover your shift, that's up to you. But it's your shift, it's your responsibility. And she was like, okay. And like she put like okay, period. Which was like disrespect. You know what I mean? I was like, whatever, dude, I'm not gonna deal with this cunt today. So I go into work, I just walk past her and go to like the office and shit, and I'm just like working on shit. And then I'm listening because I don't have any choice. Like obviously I just hear shit. And I hear, okay, well over here we're gonna be going down this way, and she's giving a tour to somebody, and like I'm gonna keep it a buck 250. Like voice sounded fine to me.
Oh, what a bitch!
So I was like, that's crazy. Because now I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, this bitch straight up just lied and thought that like I was gonna be like, oh yeah, just go home, and she'd never like I would never have heard her voice, and I never would have known any better.
Right.
So I was like, this bit. And then like every once in a while she'd like go like she'd fake a cough type beat. But it was like a cough like I just did that just sounded so fucking feigned that I was just like, you are a literal retard. And like her and this other guy have called out sick probably like 6 times since they've been here in 3 months.
Damn.
Like that's a lot to call out sick.
Yeah.
That's like once every 2 weeks.
Like
you know what I mean?
There was this girl that worked at Freddy's, and like, okay, so at Freddy's, when you want to like you set like, because I know you guys like you just set out like your whole month, right? Like I'll work these days. So at Freddy's, you set like your availability for the schedule. So you're like for me, for example, my availability was like I can't work Mondays and I can't work Saturdays because that was when we did podcasts on Monday, even more Secret Podcasts on Saturday. You know what I mean? So I was like, I can't work those days, but every other day I'm completely available. This girl, every Saturday, she would text everybody and be like, like I can't work Saturday night. Like, could someone cover my shift? And it's like, just change your availability to not work Saturdays.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get people who like get a job.
That's the other thing that work. Exactly. That's what annoyed me too about this bitch. She asked me for more hours. So I gave her more hours, and then she wants to call out sick.
What a bitch.
On a day like Saturday where no one wants to work. It's like, bitch, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
so that annoyed me. And then later that night, you know, I'm going on Snapchat. I'm like, what's going on with the homies?
Oh, no.
And this bitch must have forgot that she has me on Snapchat because this bitch was out at a football game in the cold.
The day she called out?
The day she was trying to call out.
Oh, no.
Screaming and chanting
maniac.
For an hour on Snapchat. And I was like, wow.
Dude, fire that bitch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you literally should have replied to her story and been like, feeling better, huh?
I didn't want to be Petty Roosevelt with it, but I was like, damn, like, you're a liar.
But she kind of deserves that, to be honest with you.
Nah, like that. So I was already a little bit ticked off with her. Now, here's the tea. This is the Gold's Gym tea.
I love the
So
Gold's
one of
Gym
my
tea.
boys at the front desk, you know what I'm saying, he was fucking with her a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were, like, talking. But he wasn't really trying to be in a relationship.
Right.
And she was trying to be in a relationship. So he was like, you know what? Let me say nah. So come to find out, like, sometime between last Tuesday, it must have been like Wednesday or Thursday last week or something. They fucked.
Oh.
Wow.
So they fucked. And he still didn't want to be in a relationship. So now she goes around, starts talking shit about him. But this was her version of talking shit about him. She was like telling somebody, she was like, yeah, you know, the head was good and like the sex was good. Like, you know, like the dick was good. But like his dick was all small and shit. And I was like, wait, hold up. Because like, you can't say that.
You can't say the
dick was good.
Yeah.
And then say his dick was small. Like that's not a fair statement. That's just something you're trying to be a cunt. You know what I mean? You're trying to make him look bad. But you already said the sex was good. So like
So even if his dick was small, like it obviously
cares?
And he still beat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
And
know what I'm saying? And he still beat. So like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't got a boyfriend and he got some pussy. So like really who lost here? No, but like after that, I was like, wow, I just really have no respect for this bitch. Because one, she throw it up for no reason. And then two, and two, two, she tried to call out sick when she wasn't sick. And three, she's talking shit about my man's dick.
Which you know his dick good.
Yeah. I was like, I don't give a fuck if his dick was whack. I don't care if his dick hooked to the left. Like,
stop being a bitch. Wait, dude. Like, honestly, I don't mean to offend you by this, but like, is there anybody that works with you that is IQs like in the out of the single digits? Because it feels like the downcline person and this bitch are both fucking functionally idiotic.
No, okay, but like the two people I've talked shit about on this podcast, I don't hang out with. They're not my friends.
Okay, all right.
A lot of the other people who I work with, like it's probably like 10 or 15 people or something like that. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, probably like around like 10. 10 of them, like I really do fuck with. Like they're smart kids. Like they're in school. They're
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun to be around. They're funny.
Right.
They're very welcoming. Like they're some of the best people I've ever met. Like I've been to parties like in Nova in Northern Virginia, and like I don't know what it's like around you guys, but like if you go to a party in like Northern Virginia, like you're going to walk in there and like even if you know the people, they're gonna make you feel whack.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like I remember going to this party. It was like my first ever party, and I went to school with all of these people. Like
right.
I knew everyone. I was friends with or I thought I was friends with them. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And like there was like a blunt rotation going around at the time. And so me and my friend hop in, and the blunt rotation, whatever's going around, and they just like they went and passed it past us.
Wow.
And I was like, that's crazy. Like we are not welcome here. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Nobody said
that.
hi to us. Nobody like it's like, do you know what I mean? That sort of situation. Like with the parties with, my friends or whatever, like from work, like I wasn't even really like friends with them or anything like that. I'm not even sure if I'm friends with them now, but like I was really not friends with them. Like back in December when I went to that first party with them, and they were extremely welcoming. Like the people I'd never met before who don't even work at Gold's were like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Oh shit, my name's Matt." And they're like, "Oh, I'm this." Like what's up? Like, what do you do? I'm like this. Like they were very, 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 very welcoming and nice and fun to be around. Like people in Northern Virginia, like we're just not that.
Yeah. That's
are they
dog.
pretentious or what's the deal with them? Are they,
I don't know.
Bougie?
That seems like that story seemed kind of like because I was gonna say it's like we don't know you, but like they did know you. So like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't like a situation where like yeah, it was just mean.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty. Fuck. Because like whenever I have a party in my place or anything like that, I literally make it a goal to like say hi to at least everybody at least one time.
Yeah,
it's like why would you want to be at a party if you're gonna like throw shade at people? I feel like it's kind of counterintuitive to the point of having a party or even being at a party. Like, why do you want to be with people you don't even know?
Johnny, I don't think you've heard this story, but I have a story about some friends I had when I worked at Freddy's, or at least I thought they were my friends.
All right, spill the tea. Let's do it.
So I had been working at Freddy's for like a year and a half, 2 years now at this point. And like the thing that was cool about Freddy's is like my two roommates I have right now, I both met while working at Freddy's. My girlfriend I have right now, I met while working at Freddy's. Like I made some good relationships at Freddy's. That's
wow.
what I mean.
Okay. Y'all ever
So,
fuck
like,
on like the
fry later?
Cook the patties?
Nah.
Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But like, so I had like this group of people that I would hang out with outside of work before I was dating Michaela and before like I moved in with my buddies. It was like 7 or 8 of us. And one night I'm like sitting in my room talking to Matt on Discord, and I open up my Snapchat and all of my friends are hanging out without me. And like, not like they were getting ready to go out. Like they were already out, like doing shit. And
that's
so
some shade.
I texted and I was like, yo, where are you guys at? Left on red.
No.
And I was like, okay. So then like the next day I see them all at work and I'm like, yo, like, what's up with that? And they were like, well, we asked you to go out like last week and you said no. And I was like, right.
But it ain't last
like,
week though.
well, what'd that mean? And they were like, so we just figured you didn't want to come at all.
What?
Ever.
And I was like, yeah, ever. And then like, and they all treated me like I was acting so extra for being like, no, I'd appreciate an invite next time.
Because it's not like you were like, you know, just being inducted into the friend group. It's like, this is like
it was like, this was people that I was like good friends with. Like
we went out last week, motherfuckers. What the fuck?
It was like literally like people, I don't know, like I bought them birthday presents. Like I don't buy people birthday presents. Like I bought these niggas birthday presents.
My mom don't even get birthday presents.
That's what I'm saying. My mom don't get birthday presents, bro. And like I don't know. So that shit was different.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck Freddy's, except for the 3 people that I came out of there with friendships and or a relationship.
This girl at work today, she was like, you know, this is weird to say, but I feel like we're really close. So like, you know that feeling of like nut in your mouth? And I was like, what?
Anyways.
What?
Hold on.
She said, you know. Like
Hold on, wait. Did I mishear some? Can you
Yeah.
Can you say that again?
So like this girl.
Okay.
She was like, I forgot we were talking about this because she had just gotten bubble tea from this place. She just gotten bubble tea, and you know bubble tea's got the little bubbles.
Yeah.
Has everyone had bubble tea before?
Yes.
Don't do this to me. If you're about to say what I think you're about to say.
So I'm sitting here and she's like, I just don't know how I feel about the bubbles, and I was like, oh, what do you mean? Like, because like, what do you mean? She was like, all right, like, this is weird, but like I feel like we're close, like we're really close, so like I can say this to you, like you. And I was like, what you about to say, bitch? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, you know, like the feeling of like nut in your mouth? And I was like, no. Like, what the fuck? You've met my girlfriend.
You should have said, yeah, I get you.
Personally, most of the time I would, but like she asked me with such sincerity that I was like, you must genuinely think I'm a faggot. And let me tell you, I have never had cum in my mouth yet. So she was like, no, like you've never like made your girl nut in your mouth, and I was like, wait, what?
Wait.
Made your girl nut in your mouth?
Wait, is she implying? Wait, I think what she was implying was that you nut in her mouth and then y'all like spit swap.
No, she was talking about like, I guess like not even squirt. I was like, you talking about like squirting or something? Like, She was like, no, and I was like, then what are you talking about? What is coming out of your pussy? Like, because like that's not normal.
They call that medically, I believe that's called discharge.
Yikes.
You're welcome. Let that sit in your brain.
Thanks, Ed.
Discharge.
You ever had some discharge in your mouth, Jonathan? By show of hands, who's had some discharge in their mouth? That's so gross. Let me stop.
Yeah, but for real though. No, I'm just kidding though.
If you've had discharge in your mouth, just go ahead and say it.
I promise I'm not.
Johnny, the fact that you've had discharge in your mouth and you've never measured your dick just makes you different. Like you're just a different nigga, bro.
Chris, you never had discharge in your mouth.
Nah.
Do you wish to have discharge in your mouth?
I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's on the bucket list, but
here's what I imagine discharge to look and taste like. Y'all ever had a can of Vienna sausages?
Yeah.
You know the little juice that be in the little can joint?
Notice only the broke boys said yes. I'm just put that out there. But anyway.
Yes,
yeah, so like the little juice that be in there. Yeah, that's what
I feel like discharge is almost like a spider webby, but like liquid, but like viscous.
I can feel that.
Did I paint a nice picture there for you?
You did.
Like I'm talking about like a texture within the discharge that is almost spider web like some like tendrils almost. Do you see what I'm saying? Like some tendrils of like perhaps like what may be membrane from the uterus is what I'm imagining.
Sorry, I mentioned this. I'm so
Xavien,
sorry.
look, it's very clear that you don't have a diverse palate, so please don't talk about
And
this.
truly and honestly, I'm going to need you to cease and desist any and all judgment of our inordinate palates.
I apologize.
Johnny, half the show has been like
You guys are
this.
saying some different shit today.
Somebody said discharge equals bodily battery acid.
Wait,
Ain't no problem.
Facts. Battery acid low key his.
bro, you know what be hitting like sometimes, like
What's that?
when the Sprite is like mad spicy. Like sometimes that shit hit. Like you ever had like
I do like my
Yeah.
Sprite extra spicy.
like when it be
What
like,
is the best soda?
Vanilla Coke.
Okay, so here's my thing. I love vanilla Coke as much as the next guy, but I truly think that when you like with a meal, when you are thirsty, like Sprite just hit. Like I'm gonna say that.
Sprite hits, but also cherry Dr. Pepper. That shit fucking hits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
you
out.
you amongst the enemies here, dog.
Get out.
Cherry Dr. Pepper. You guys are
Dr.
fucking-
Pepper is the single worst tasting liquid
Mm.
ever. And discharge exists.
I was about to say, give me a cup of discharge before I get some fucking Dr. Pepper, bro.
Matt, you hate DDP as well? What?
No,
DDP. I'm so wait. Why does that sound like a drug on the streets? And this just in, teenagers are now overdosing on DDP.
I would drink a cup of all of your semen mixed together before I would drink Dr.
Well, that
Pepper.
cocktail sounds like it hits, yo. Give me a
Low key though, that's like the ultimate smeg nut.
Every
Yeah.
one of us has to take like a different fruit to the head that day, though.
Wait,
Yo, I got mangoes, bro. I'm gonna demolish me some mangoes.
I eat pineapple
that's-
every day, so I got that iron lock.
shut up.
Shut the fuck
I'll
up.
eat some clementines.
You drink Dr. Pepper, don't speak. As I take my semen to the face.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a $1.250. I think ginger ale.
Ooh, ginger ale do hit
Ginger
different.
ale does kind of smack.
Ginger ale's, I think, my favorite soda.
I think ginger ale's probably like I think at like any moment you could have ginger ale, whereas like you might not always want a Coke or a Sprite, you know.
Yeah,
But, like,
that is true.
Like ginger ale's never the one like that I think like
Ginger
you'll
ale?
go for, but like if it's there, you don't turn it down, you know.
Ginger ale is low key a panacea for any and all ailments.
It is pretty good, I will say.
I like when
But-
Matt makes up words on the
Yeah,
fly. I really
but
appreciate
but
that.
keep in mind though, I've not had soda for the better part of like probably like 5 or 6 years.
I haven't had soda for the better part of like 5 or 6 seconds. So
But so like I said, like Sprite is a favorite soda of all time for sure. But I was asking it as like a different soda that I like. That's more of a dark brand soda, let's say.
I just want to point out the fact
a
that
dark brand.
Chris, I know what you're gonna say. Let me say it. I took a drink the same time as you, Matt, just to show that you taking a drink of that was the same as me taking a drink of this. Like, just pull up real quick one time. Just
that's just weird, man.
You literally just look like a bigger version of me. Like, just way bigger. Like, just like ×2 on like
the scale.
or like by at least like by 0.25 or 0.5.
Yeah.
And that's actually like, that might be like the exact, like, you might be 0.5 times bigger than me.
I mean, probably. How much do you weigh, Matt? If you don't mind me asking.
Like 165.
I don't like that.
How big are you?
How much do you think I weigh?
I don't know.
You don't look,
230.
Because like,
Yes.
to me,
look
like
at-
I've heard you say like 250, but I'm like, damn, like, because I was 250.
You
Yeah,
don't be able to
tall,
keep in
though.
mind.
I'm way
He's a
taller.
lot taller. I'd say you're like an even 235, 240.
you don't look a pound over 400.
No,
I mean,
definitely
fair enough.
nowhere near a pound over 400. I'll say you might be like 280.
I'm like 275.
Really?
How?
He's tall. He's fucking tall as shit.
He's tall and thick.
Yeah, like
Because he's been drinking my bone broth.
Pizzagate.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of retarded.
I'm kind of retarded.
Look, Joe, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm kind of retarded.
Kind of retarded.
Pause.
And then he just
Wait,
loses
okay.
it, bro.
How much did the guy weigh?
Probably like 165.
190.
165? No fucking way.
That's skinny.
Oh wait,
bro.
no, you're like 140. Or I'm sorry, you're like 10 feet tall. You're probably like 205.
I said
maybe
190, 195.
I hover between 195 and 200. I'm like
Money.
205 right now.
I'm going to redact out of this conversation. I'm waiting for the next topic.
Chris was like, "We're gonna stop at Xavien," isn't that right? And then Johnny was like, "I am also of this weight," and Chris was like,
He said, "Let me stop."
"You know, it's been a minute since I weighed, so I don't want to give false information." I don't want to be on my CNN shit spreading fake news.
Oh shit.
Dude, the heaviest I ever was I was almost 240.
That skinny?
No, but dude, you got to keep in mind though, like when you're as tall as me, like I'm like 6'2", almost 6'3", and I'm 240. That's a
Little nigga.
big motherfucker. Like
Little nigga.
I was big.
I was
big.
250, or no, I was more than 250, and I was 5'9".
Yo,
Wow.
wait, you know what's crazy?
That is a wide fellow, I'll say.
Like LeBron James at one point in his career like weighed like 260, 270. And like
But it's all muscle though. Like,
no, but that's the thing, like if like Zed could look like LeBron if that fat was muscle. Like ain't that crazy? Like Zed and LeBron aren't that far off.
How bad do you feel about yourself now, Zed?
I didn't mean
I wake up every morning that. Let's not.
what I'm like that
I
is
am, however-
nuts.
Like you wake up every morning, you're like, "Damn, I'm me."
I'm
No,
like
I fucking
fuck
felt that.
on
Wait,
Twitter. I'm like Xavien the Bees on Twitter. Every morning, this man tweets, "Fuck, I'm still alive."
I fucking felt
When's
that.
when's he coming on the podcast? You guys are pretty chummy.
Bruh, who knows?
That would be fun.
I think that would be fun.
Yo,
I've heard
so,
I haven't met him, but I heard he's a really cool dude.
I saw him.
Yeah, I'm like up to his.
Oh, he was at TwitchCon.
I'm literally like
Yeah.
up to this nigga's titty, bro. Like this nigga's a big bitch.
No, I
like
remember like because he
it's like
was. You
six-
remember when we like stumbled upon that other area of like the partner party
that outdoor area.
where
right?
yeah, and I was like, "Oh my god, that zombie unicorn, bro! Like
Oh,
damn!" And then Thunder was like, "Please be quiet. She's right behind you."
Well,
And I was like,
yeah,
"Oh shit,
you're right.
that's crazy."
Well, and then I looked to my right, and there's like a line of people to get drinks, and standing above all of them by at least a foot was Barack Obama at 6'7".
Yeah, he's a tall nigga.
To say the least.
yo, so one of my boys from undergrad is in the chat, and so like he came in right at the time where I was like, yeah, I was my biggest like 240 or some shit, and then he comments hefty.
Hey,
You
bro.
like that?
And then I said, yo, you're my biggest. And he's like, beer is tight.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. Fat shaming
yo,
in the
speaking
chat.
of which, Connor
Unreal.
Keene is actually a really, really fucking good white rapper. For our next rap, like whatever we do, I think we should have him in the mix. Just a guest spot for like one verse.
Wait, who?
One of my best friends.
Oh,
from,
okay. I thought you were talking about like a rapper or something. I was like, I haven't heard of him.
No. Well, he could be. Yeah.
Not to
he's
be
a-
Kershaw or whatever his name is, but what's his name?
His name's like Get
Char?
Gra or something. Like who knows?
Krishan or something.
Yeah, like his name literally sounds like a Pokemon cry.
we're just gonna call this nigga Krayshawn, bro. Like who cares?
Krayshawn.
Let's just call him Trey Songs. No.
Nah, you don't get that, bro. Trey Songz.
Gaggy calls him Carshoe, I think. I appreciate
Cashew.
that one. Cashew.
The Xavien meme of like him getting called a million different names from now on is dead. We will be calling Kershaw a
That
different
name's
name
been
every
dead
time.
For a while, to be
It's
fair.
been dead, but we're giving it to somebody like we're giving it to him because it makes more sense. Because he's always talking about who when you get, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like on some
yeah.
disrespectful shit. Now we're gonna be like, who? Kershaw? K Song? What is his name? What actually is his name though?
Kershaw.
Who is this?
K-I-R-S-H-A-R. Krishar.
And by the way, that's not his online name. His mom named him that.
That's his real name.
Wow.
Who
He
the
has
fuck
to
is
go
this?
through life applying for jobs in Canada with the name Krishar.
But who is this though?
No one
Like, a fan of
knows.
the show?
Exactly. That's the next clip for the Instagram. He's getting added.
He just turned into some so-and-so that no one knows. These are facts.
Damn. That was such a bar when he said that.
That was.
Wow. That was on level or battery up or whatever, right?
Back to back.
No,
Charged up.
Charged up.
Charged up?
That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
I'm charged
Battery
up.
Battery up.
It'd be like that.
Who can relate?
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo! Did you guys hear about the J.K. Rowling thing?
Bro, this bitch
No.
wildin', dog.
What happened, bro? She didn't know.
Bro,
anything to
first
one
of
her
all,
characters,
like-
didn't she?
No, this is what happens, bro. Like, what's this bitch name? Like the Fantastic Beasts of where to find J.K. Rowling wildin' on Twitter. Like, she be on Twitter. She'd be like, "Yo, like, fuck that shit. Like, representation is like what's hitting." Like, that's what she.
What actually happens, she'd be like, damn, my impressions is low. And then she'd be,
Yeah.
she's just say some wild shit.
She's like, how am I supposed to get another hashtag ad on Twitter if my impression's this low? And so she goes on Twitter and she's like, yo, like representation do be hitting. And everyone's like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I've heard your name before. Like, let me retweet. And so like, that's what happens. But then like, she's like, wait, like she looked around at all of her characters and she was like,
Oh, all
None
y'all
of them
white.
gay, though.
All y'all white
and
and
ain't none
straight.
of the, yeah, and ain't none of them black. Oh, that doesn't look great. And so then like she started making these fucking goofy ass movies that are in the Harry Potter universe, but not about Harry Potter.
They're
In
so
other
bad.
words, things that nobody cares about.
They're so bad.
Like people really thought they cared about the Harry Potter universe until Harry Potter wasn't in it. And then they were like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like, no, we don't.
Like J.K. Rowling can never make a good thing again because of how she is now about this representation shit. Because like she's gone back and been like, oh yeah, this character's always been Asian or always been black, or
Like-
whatever. It's like you described him as a white guy. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. That's the other thing too is like she talks about like representation and like needing all this representation and shit. But what's crazy is like, you know, people want to sit here and act like she didn't put representation in her books, but like she included Jews in her books as the
Oh,
hook-nosed
no.
goblins in the bank.
Yeah, see,
Like, do you see what I'm saying?
That was like, yeah, like that. If that's clearly, like, you can't even hide that. Like, she meant that.
Do you guys remember the goblins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
The hook-nosed Jews, in other words,
Dude.
that she made. That's what she did. She did that. Ain't nobody else like wrote that. She made the Jews be the bankers. If that isn't some racist shit,
Yeah, that is different.
it certainly doesn't look great
and she only
for a
ever
person who
had
now.
she only ever had one black kid, and
And she's like, you can't even say like, oh, that's from an older time. Like, bitch, like we've been on the Jews team since World War II. Like, you haven't been allowed to fuck with the Jews for a minute. You know,
Like low key for a long, like the Jews, like been getting fucked with for a while.
name
like, since-
one thing before World War II that they had to deal with.
Egypt.
oh,
I'm gonna throw it way back on you, bro. And then post that like they've been.
all right,
Fighting
but
Israel
but
for,
wait, like low key
2,000
though,
years.
low key. Here's the thing.
Say it.
Nope.
Like,
Don't say.
No. This is fine. Like low key though, like the Jews are like running the world now. Like they literally control everything. This is facts. Like you hear rappers talking about it all the time. Like rappers be like, "Damn, that's crazy." Huh?
Never mind.
Who said that?
No, that's true. I'll double down with you, bro.
I didn't say shit. I don't know who you double
Like
down
these
with.
Jews, bro, they be ruling the whole world.
They be
Holding
doing.
it,
They be doing what? Ruining or running?
Yo, this is
ruling.
okay.
That's not even a what. Who's getting mad about me saying that Jews are doing well?
Do y'all remember when
Like,
LeBron
what?
got in trouble for
Like,
that?
why is it like I said some crazy shit about like I called Japanese people Japs earlier.
That's what I was
Like-
feeling because I felt like what I said was very.
I'm not the one
tame.
that's offended by it. I'm always offended by it, but like that's like
Who I want to know who's going to be offended by me saying that Jewish people are doing well.
Dude, listen, LeBron James like tweeted something
Yeah,
like some rap lyric where they were like, where literally the line was like, I'm trying to get money like Jewish people or something. And everybody was like, oh, so you think that's funny? Like, you think it's funny that we have money? You know how hard it is to be this fucking rich all the time? And he was like, my bad, but also yes. I am that rich, so.
Yeah, no, I want to find the person who's upset. Like the person who's upset about me saying Jewish people are doing well. The one Jew who ain't doing well.
Oh man.
Like
Bro.
for real.
Actually,
I hate the word Jew. It feels like a slur. Like I don't like.
Dude, Louis gets a joke about
they're
that. Where Louis gets a joke about that, where it's like Jew is the only term where it's the correct term for a group of people and the slur for the same group, the same word.
Because like, literally the inflection, like, because if you're just like, oh yeah, like
Jew,
like there's a Jew, you know. But like if you're like,
Because
there's a.
do you know what Jew like? You know what Jews are? Like Jews?
Oh, that word just doesn't sound good. But continue. Go ahead.
No, but like that's what I'm saying. It's like Jew is like one of the only words left from the time when people were allowed to be racist. Like honestly, like you can't call an Asian person Oriental anymore.
No.
When's the last time you heard somebody say that? Do you see what I'm saying? Like you can't call somebody Oriental or like call them
Wait, so Oriental?
a colored person.
Wait. Oriental was actually like an offensive term.
Yeah.
Like, around
You're
here,
not allowed to call Asian people Oriental anymore because like that's
crazy. Because like around here, there would be like a lot of Chinese food spots, and they would market themselves like their tagline would be Oriental cuisine or something. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why Oriental's like not allowed anymore, but it ain't.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure they'd sooner prefer to be called a socket face than Oriental.
Things did not get better while you left.
I just sat down, man.
No, I was telling Chris that like you're not allowed to say Oriental anymore. Like Jews is the last slur that's still allowed in public discourse. I'm literally
Like,
just saying a truth.
You like, yeah, you are.
I'm not saying that it should be that way. I'm literally just stating a fact. Like Jew.
I don't know if you know this, but the liberals don't care if it's a fact. They'll cancel us either way.
Who's canceling us, bro? We haven't been greenlit. Like what the fuck?
You're right. We haven't reached our peak yet.
We haven't even gotten to the
peak of
fucking
5K.
to the pilot. We can't get canceled. We haven't made it to 5K subs yet.
We're still pitching it to networks right now.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all know Paula Dean said the N-word multiple times. That's just crazy.
Many times, bro. And then she had like a slavery themed wedding or some shit.
Yeah, so look, I have a friend who's getting married, and he's getting married at a plantation. Now,
Yep.
I find that to be different.
I find that to be a little off color, if you ask me.
Certainly.
A little tone deaf, perhaps.
Like what I'm really not gonna like is when all the help. I'm sorry.
Oh no, bro.
When all of the like I'm not gonna
The
like that
staff?
though. Like the staff.
He said the help. Oh my god. There's no hope for you, dog.
No, but for real, like when all the staff are like African American, that's gonna be rough.
That's gonna be very awkward.
Like that's gonna be rough.
Why is Xavien going through his fucking wallet?
Well, because there was money in here, and that's a rare occurrence for me.
Yo,
Like,
who's
I saw
excited
some green.
who's excited to see Us this weekend?
Me.
That movie looks
That
great.
movie, it looks awesome.
Probably.
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen the trailer.
I
You know
love
the
theme
main
song on that
character
one,
guy, the guy that played like whatever his name is in Black Panther.
too. Yeah.
This will be his like second
M'Baku.
movie ever.
Yeah. M'Baku. Yeah.
Like his second acting experience ever.
What?
Yeah.
The,
Well,
the first movie he was.
You talking about 42?
No, I'm talking about M'Baku.
Who?
The monk, the guy, the
M'Baku.
Jabari guy.
Oh, are you talking about Great Ape or whatever his name is?
Yeah, we will not have it. That guy.
Who?
The guy who comes in like he's like trying to fuck up guy on.
You're talking about
Challenge Day.
Man Ape.
Yes,
yeah.
that
Yes.
guy. Yes. That was like the first anything he was ever in. So this movie will be his second.
Yo, but back to J.K. Rowling. So like this bitch,
Yeah,
she
let me hear
tweeted
that.
like, or no, she was like doing the commentary for that new Fantastic Beasts and where not to watch that movie ever, shit. And she was like, yo, like Dumbledore's a gay, and
Well,
everyone was like,
That
I'm
came
sorry,
out,
what?
like years ago though.
Yeah, she did that forever ago.
She was
No,
like,
no-
what? And then like she was like, yeah, no, Dumbledore's gay. And like he had like an intense sexual relationship with like Grindelwald or something like
Yeah,
that.
like recently she tweeted out. By the way, like this is what really pisses me off. She doesn't write a book about this. She doesn't put it in movies. She just tweets,
Exactly.
"Hey, by the way, Gandalf and fucking Smeagol had it like passionate intercourse," and it's just like,
Yeah,
dude,
now-
what the fuck?
Now I'm reading right here. So to be fair, the Dumbledore gay thing came out like in probably 2010 or 20 or like 2011 or something.
Right, but it's
Sure.
not in the books. That's
No,
the, like the whole
for
issue
sure.
that people are having is that like she makes this shit, but she basically she's pandering to the people who are interested in having characters that would be representing them, but she doesn't put them in the movie because that would be like something that would
Deter
deter people who are more conservative away from her films or her fucking books,
Yeah.
which
So
is
she's like
is
profiting off
lame.
of both people,
Yeah.
essentially, instead of just
Exactly.
taking a fucking stance like a normal human being.
Yeah, taking a stance, which is what the people are mad because it seems like that she doesn't actually truly have like a strong stance against like people not having representation and shit like that.
Yeah, for sure. No, I hear that. Like, the only thing is, it's like it'd be one thing. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
It'd be one thing if like she's left. Okay, the fact that Dumbledore's gay. I mean, whatever. And that the books, whatever. That's years ago. The fact that you're just like, no, they had an intense sexual relationship. They were fucking every day. Like it was just like you already kind of hinted that from your original comments about the matter. So it's like, why do you have to elaborate on it? Like it just seems kind of like
Like I
needless.
said, her
Like,
Twitter
it's-
impressions
yeah,
were
I was
low.
saying,
Man.
she must have she's like, wait, nobody said my name on Twitter in 3 days. Like,
Right.
I've had enough.
I can't hear anybody.
Next thing I know, she's gonna come out and say Dobby was slinging dick to Hermione, bro.
He probably was though.
You
Y'all
think?
ever
That's
read
when-
a Harry Potter fanfic?
Nah, that ain't me, bro.
I tried one time and like 3 sentences in, I was like, I'm done.
Because like, look, they're all porn,
Yes.
but some of them are well written porn.
Have you ever read SAO chapter 16.5?
I have, yeah.
Y'all
That is
niggas
chapter-
weird, bro.
I've only read that
is-
chapter, but it's the chapter in which Kirito and Asuna have intercourse.
Like that's canon. Like if you ever find that and read it and then afterwards realize that it is canon to the series.
Wait, is that in the manga or is that like a novel?
It's in the light novel.
That's crazy.
I'm a find it.
Yeah, read that for us aloud.
I'm not reading the whole thing. There's one part I want.
It's like 2 pages.
So did he really leave the nut leaking out of her?
Oh yeah.
It's,
Like for real,
it's-
if you can bust nuts in SAO, there's no
Okay.
point in real life.
No.
Like I would have
Okay.
not beat the game. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Okay. Chapter 16.5. Asuna plopped down naked on the sofa and glared defiantly.
Wait, can you link it to me? 'Cause I'm gonna read it. Like,
Yeah, you're gonna read it.
let me read it. Read it.
Yeah, you got it. I'm putting in the little joint.
Chapter 16.5. Asuna plopped down, naked on the sofa, and glared defiantly at me. Kirito-sama, hurry up and take your clothes off, she said in an authoritative tone. What? We're continuing? It would be stupid if we stopped here. I hurriedly complied, opening the window indicated by Asuna. I toggled off the option buried deep within the menu. Because of the hurried start, there was no romantic mood to speak of. Sitting on the bed, which was slightly too small for the two of us, we
Bruh.
slowly did as much as the system would allow. The dim blue moonlight filtered through the window, casting complex shadows on the bed. Since Salemburg has no marketplace, the townspeople disappear at night. The only thing that I could hear was the faint whispering of the lake and my alarm-like heartbeat, which seems to echo around the room. By this time, Asuna and I had removed all of our clothing. We had been kneeling on the bed in front of one another for about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I couldn't read Asuna's expression as she balled up her fists on her knees and looked down at her pussy. I thought that I should probably be the one. Huh? I thought that I should probably be the one to take it first act. I'm in this situation, but not being able to predict the outcomes of any of my choices, I sat in petrified silence. I considered what would happen if I were to yell out, "Sorry!" and re-equipped minimal clothing at Mach speed before escaping out of the room. Would she say, "I guess it can't be helped, and forgive me when we meet again tomorrow"? There's no way she would. Remembering back to the distant past, I was only 14, the first time that I ever logged into SAO, the winter of 8th grade. I don't want to really recall how I was at that time, but I sacrificed all of the sexual energy that starts to awaken in all boys around that age in order to immerse myself into games as a result. I had never been in a situation where I would be alone with a girl in her room.
At me, bro. What the
Obviously,
fuck?
I had also never been naked with a girl before. No, this is from a book. To tell the truth, I would have liked for Asuna, who I thought was probably a few years older than me, and thus had expertise in this area, to take the lead. However, it seemed that everyone in SAO, including her, viewed me as being older than I really was. Since I never denied any of it, there was no way I could say to her in this situation, "Sorry, but I'm actually..." I strengthened my resolve, even if I didn't have the knowledge or the experience. I never loved or had felt such intense feelings for someone like I have for Asuna. Ever since SAO started, there were numerous times when I was in a situation where I told myself, "You can't run away from here no matter what." But here, I had to muster up greater willpower than that as I extended my right hand and moved my body forward. My fingertips softly touched the gentle curve that was Asuna's shoulder.
Okay.
Her body quivered sharply. I slowly traced a path from the line of her collarbone to the nape of her neck.
Mia, can you act this out on your turtle, like behind that?
Johnny wants you to act this out on your turtle. Asuna left a soft moan as her eyes closed. The blood rushed to her cheeks and her eyebrows furrowed. For some time, I watched Asuna's response in secret delight as I touched all over the place. Slightly excited by her fresh reactions, I went a bit overboard as I kept my fingertip at a point where I was just barely touching her and continued to slowly glide smoothly across her skin. I crawled down her arms, which were firmly hiding both her breasts, circled around her stomach, and reversed direction up, back her arms again. Every time my finger moved, Asuna's body would shake and soft moans would leak out. After caressing her entire body, I put my right hand's finger under her small chin and lifted her head up. With my left index finger, I diligently traced her wet, shining, cherry-colored lips.
Yeah.
"No,
God.
not just your finger." A softly blushing Asuna opened her eyes slightly and looked at me pleadingly. "Kiss me." ... I silently moved my face closer. Asuna's lips parted slightly as if they could not wait any longer. But instead of fastening our lips together, I softly poked her lower lip with the tip of my tongue. As if seeking me out, Asuna stuck out her tongue, but I restrained myself and moved to avoid her before
Jesus
softly
Christ.
touching her with the tip of my tongue.
Just get to the nut.
Asuna let out an irritated sound of both anticipation and need as I abruptly plunged my tongue into her mouth. I violently swished my...
Long as fuck.
How long is it?
It's like triple what you've read.
This is it, babe.
All right, just skip to the nut, please.
When do they...
That's what I'm looking.
Oh, okay. I found an interesting tab. All right. I firmly held Asuna's right hand that tried to push me away as she cried out. Okay. way! While her body convulsed and moved my left hand to the other breast, I squeezed her peak between my fingers. They gently used the nail of my index finger to stimulate the tip of her nipple. As I tortured both breasts, Asana's convulsions and sweet cries rose in intensity. Going a bit overboard, I bit down on the protruding object in my mouth and somewhat violently began to chew on it, while at the same time the thumb and index finger of my left hand painfully twisted the other nipple. No way! Asana's body suddenly stiffened. Her arms, which now encircled the back of my head, lightened their grip. No. I'm just with my breast. I'm come. She was unable to speak after that, letting out a hoarse, high-pitched cry from the depths of her throat. Asana twitched and her body jumped once before collapsing against me. She was still breathing heavily. Her body intermittently convulsed slightly. Asana, just now. No, it's so embarrassing. I never had anything like that happen until now. Until now? Asana ducked her body and looked down in an embarrassed manner. It's nothing at all. Tell me. I moved my left hand over to Asana's left breast, and she leaned against me and grasped her nipple before pulling on it. No, stop. More with the breasts. What do you mean by until now? Asana spoke haltingly in a crying voice that was once again mixed with sweet moans. About the ethic code off. After I learned about it, I did a couple times alone. What did you do? While thinking about Kirito, played with my breast and down below. Talking about her own fantasies seemed to have increased Asana's masochistic side. Her breathing was gradually becoming ragged as she clung to me. Down below, like around here. I gently moved the hand that had been abusing her breast downward. I stroked her tense stomach, then ever so slowly moved in that direction. I went over the slight swell of her abdomen, and when my fingertips reached the entrance of the two mounds, Asana gasped as her body shook. No! I used the index finger and the middle finger of my left hand to stimulate the area around her vagina. While taking care not to touch the center, I enjoyed the sensation of squeezing the two mounds together, then pulling them apart. Asana knelt down, pulling both of her arms around me and moaned while burying her face in my neck as fingers moved about, causing her body to jump and twitch. Is that enough?
There's one part I want you to specifically read.
One part?
No, I've got you. I'm going to put it in the chat, okay?
Okay.
It's so poor.
No, this is canon. Tell Mia this is the
writer canon. I could feel my hot sperm gushing deep inside into Asana as she trembled yet another climax. 2 years worth of semen made a glopping noise as it flowed endlessly into Asana. God. Every time my penis twitched, fireworks would go off in my head.
That is canon to season 1 of Sword Art Online.
Okay.
Wow,
that was fantastic.
I'm actually.
Chris, if you look at the Discord of the general chat, I took some screenshots of our faces while we were listening to that, and they're not.
Yeah, that was
what's wrong
disturbing.
With that, Christopher?
Yeah, it's called Sword Art Online.
Like, this is why all weebs need to be fucking exterminated.
No, the reason why they need to be exterminated is because they don't wash their hands when they're at conventions and they get people sick.
Definitely.
You should.
Oh yeah, I'll get right on that.
With stuff.
No. Okay.
Oh my god, that was something different. That was very different.
No.
I
thought that was funny.
I agree.
I'm a very good reader.
That is too wild.
I'm a very good reader, by the way.
I think. Again, I can't stress this enough. The author of the light novels wrote that. And he meant it.
Wait. So to be clear, this is not fan.
No, that is not a fan.
No, that is
from the author.
Yeah.
Of the series.
And so this is a book taking place in that universe.
No, this is. So they have sex in the show. in the manga, in the book, and chapter 16.5 is the detailed
description.
Description
Like
of,
in
of
the anime,
that
it's
act.
like in the anime, it's like implied. You know?
It's more than implied, but it's
Yeah, no, it's like you're right. It is. It's like it's like when in movies they like do everything up until like they actually
and then they just end up and they cut to over the
Yeah.
where they're under the covers pillow talking.
Oh.
Yeah, and like, and then he was like, you know what? I feel like they deserve more than.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe 16.5 was actually DLC.
Yeah, like it was posted. Like he was like, I'm not done.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 16.5 was DLC, but it is canon.
That
It was patched
is
in. Yeah.
disgusting.
The gushing like into her bullshit. That
And
was
then he said when he said glopping, like that shit, like it made
That's
a
some
glopping noise out of
that's some
her
different
wet
shit.
pussy. Like Jesus Christ.
after receiving all that, I had to give her. Asuna strength gave out as she fell on top of me. Wow.
By the way, this nigga's first time, by the way, made this bitch nut how many times? Like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Well, he is in a
it's
video
like-
game.
Oh, my bad. Is there a sex stat he just boosted?
Yes, he literally talks about turning off the like he turns on the mature section of the game. So
That-
obviously they intended for you to fuck.
But I'm not. That doesn't mean that there's a sex stat. That just means
Well, it's perhaps
If there
perhaps
was,
that
he's 99. Let me tell you.
for sure. That was fun.
you saw that
Probably-
nigga's different. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, there's I just saw all the screenshots.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I have to
Chris,
go back and watch that part of the show.
Yeah. Mine and your faces, Chris, are pretty priceless.
Yo, next week we're having another fanfic reading section of the
Oh,
podcast. I love all these new segments that we're adding.
The hell we
We
are.
got to do something to make people watch it.
Yo, that's funny. Oh man, how deep are we into the show? I don't know anymore.
We're well over 3 hours.
Are we? Okay.
Well over.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry about that.
No, we're good. Wow.
Let us know in the comments or in the chat right now if we should have another fanfic or like something similar to that section of the show.
Don't do that.
We
We're good.
actually, low key, we should have submissions for people, and then we pick the best one.
If somebody wants to send a fanfic of like Xavien and Chris fucking or something,
Oh, and then we voice acted out. I'm down. Let's get it. I'm down.
I think that'd be fun. I'll be the narrator, and then or like whatever the case might be. Like if somebody writes it so that me and Johnny have sex, and he's like, "Tank," and I'm like, "Oi," like or whatever. Like that's the case. You know what I mean?
Or
Whatever happens,
or
happens.
like you can read like they give the dialogue, I'll read the stage directions or some shit.
I think if me and Johnny have sex, I think I'm the bottom. I'm just being real, right?
I'm going to co-sign, but like no disrespect.
That's not disrespect.
I'm gonna also say it is.
Well, I'm topping a 6'4" like rip dude. Like I don't think
Sometimes
so.
them big niggas are
Well,
into that, bro.
that's what I was about to say. Like, if y'all making this fanfic, Zed ain't fucking me.
I'm good.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
No, yeah, Xavien. I think Xavien. If you were gonna be, I can't remember. Were you gonna be a bot?
You play bot lane?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
bot
queuing-
laning or
I'm
you
not
top
queuing
laning?
up- I'm not queuing up bot lane. I'm a top laner.
I feel like you're a support.
I feel like that was kind of mean. I don't know why.
I don't feel like that had any ill intent to it.
No, I'm definitely a top laner.
Hey,
But Chris, like, here's the thing. Like, I would say the same thing. I'm definitely a top laner,
But like, if I had to be a
but
bot
not
laner
for not for Johnny.
Not for well,
I think Johnny tops every single guy here.
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. He's definitely a better
I'm
top
honored.
laner than me. I'll give him that.
I'm honored, thank you.
Who's the jungler? That's what I want to know.
Oh, that ASMR shit.
What are you eating, Mia?
cereal, I think.
Cookie Crisp.
Goo?
Raisin Bran.
A
Looks like
raisin. Oh
Raisin Bran.
God,
Could
raisin
really
bran.
tell.
No, it's crunchy.
You don't like Raisin
Oh,
Bran?
Raisin Bran Crunch slaps. These are the facts.
Oh, it's crunch. Okay, crunchy crunch is better than regular raisin bran.
Raisin Bran Crunch is an S tier cereal. It's not better than Raisin Bran. It's fucking godlike.
Now I will say
Pat's back here again, so.
the small coating on top of the raisins, like the little sugar, that hits. When the raisins have that on it, that hits.
Anyways,
Like the yogurt cut.
So does crack. Anyway, thank you for watching the Secret Podcast.
Oh, it's over? Yay!
That's literally what everybody is. They're like, fucking finally. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We hope you all don't live past another week. See ya.